The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Wicked Weed studio. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene is alongside, and we're talking about the Los Angeles Chargers. Big win this past week on Monday Night Football at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was a game that I never felt like it was really close. The score got close at one point in the third quarter, but this Chargers team did what past Chargers teams can't do, and that's back it up, recollect, or reorganize yourself, and win a ball game. I think last year's team would have lost this game, Jeremy.
I would agree with you. I think Brandon Staley is a marked improvement over Anthony Lynn. I think Justin Herbert has taken a step forward, and I can officially say I told you I'd give the credit when you beat a team that I vehemently felt some way about. Right. I feel very strongly about the Raiders. I have for a long time, and you won this game. And if you look at how we put our power rankings out this morning, and if you look at where I've got the Chargers, they're 10. You are a legitimate back-end Super Bowl contender. I think you are that good. The way we explained this morning, the top 6 teams in the league are just better. Whether it's vet leadership, defense, whatever. That next 6 that runs from the Cowboys to the Panthers, those are teams that I could see you in the top 6. I could see you fall out of the top 12. And of all the teams in that tier, I probably feel the best about the Chargers. I would say you have the highest probability of getting into the top 6 any of those teams because you don't have the deficiency.
Yeah, the only team that's in that group that I would say I feel a little bit better about would be the team that they've already lost to, the Dallas Cowboys.
And the thing about the Cowboys, I don't know how the Jalen Smith thing's going to go.
Yeah.
He was really popular in the locker room, so I can see that being a step back thing. That's why I said that. Do I think that's going to happen? No, not really. But I look at the Chargers with Derwin James and that defense and Herbert and Eckler running between the tackles, which that's something I've been wanting to see him do. The next level for them is finding the consistency. The consistency with Mike Williams, the consistency with the defense. And the good thing for you is you're slam-packed right in the middle of the, I'm not going to say the ugliest part of your schedule, but it kind of is the ugliest part of your schedule.
It's definitely the ugliest part of the schedule. There are a lot of winnable games on it. Just looking at it right offhand, I think there are 12 wins on this schedule now. Now that you've gone through the first 4 weeks of the season and you're 3-1, you got a whole lot of Vikings, Broncos, Bengals, Giants, Texans. There are a lot of those games going down the stretch. I think 12 might be the floor.
I could see him at 13-4. I think the floor is probably 10-7 because you are still a young team with a young quarterback, and bad days could happen. You have to be more cognizant of bad days with Justin Herbert than you do with Tom Brady or even a Josh Allen who's been in the league for a couple years longer.
Right. You don't want to watch a young guy who's second year in the league have a bad day and have that snowball on him.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Not be able to come out of it.
Here's the thing. I look at this team now and go, there are multiple ways that you can win. Great teams don't have to beat you one way, and they don't. Justin Herbert does not have to throw for 400 yards for this team to win.
Yeah.
If you just look at the game logs, they beat the Raiders, he had 222 yards. They beat the Washington football team, who I think are markedly better than. He had 337. He can be hyper-efficient quarterback. He can be
risk taker.
I was a gunslinger. That's the word I was trying to think of.
All right.
He was trying to be. He can be gunslinger guy. The one thing he can't be is 2-turnover guy. What you've learned through this is he has to take care of the ball. So that has to be beat into his head every day. You cannot be multiple turnover guy because the one game you lost, you had 2 picks. And those 2 picks are loosely what beat you.
Right.
And so that's what I look at with this team. You can run with Eckler because Eckler's been fantastic, or I think you can even at this point win defensive showdowns because with Derwin James, that defense is just better.
Yeah.
And you see him and Bosa, and I don't know how I feel about Kenneth Murray, but I don't think it helps you to not have him. So, and Asante Samuel Jr. and Rashawn Slater have been 2 of, I would say, the 15 best rookies in the NFL.
Well, we applauded. We applauded the Chargers for what they did in the draft.
I loved their draft.
Yeah. Their draft was one of the best drafts out there.
They were in my top 4.
Justin Herbert has turned into the quarterback that I didn't think he could be when I watched him in college. I thought he was going to be a bust out of that class, and now he's the best one of them. In fact, he's setting records. This past week, he became the first NFL quarterback to throw 500 completions before his 20th start. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty hard to do. You have all of the pieces around him for a contender here. All you got to do is just keep going out, play it. I know it sounds, cookie cutter, but play it game by game. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. There are a lot of wins on this schedule.
I agree. I think this team's very good. I think this is definitively a playoff team. I'm not ready to say they're the favorite in the division. That seems to be a very vogue thing to say. I don't know that I can get there, but it's not as dumb as I would have thought it was 2 weeks ago.
Right, and you do have to give it up for the defense. Did you notice the halftime stats for the Las Vegas Raiders offense? They had more penalty yards in the first half than they did offensive yards. They had 56 penalty yards and only 51 yards of total offense in the first half. That's a great job. It's a great job by all around. I felt like when they made the hire of Brandon Staley that this was going to be a good thing. And so far, you can't argue that it has gone swimmingly.
And that Lombardi offense in L.A. is working.
Yeah.
It's just all work. I mean, there's really not a negative thing that I can say. This is one of the most impressive teams in the NFL. And I will officially tell Charger fans, we're there now. I was never down on you. I just wanted to see it. Well, now I've seen it.
And yep. You've already seen it in back-to-back victories over the Chiefs and the Raiders. You got the upper hand in the division. You're 3-1. Things are looking great for the Los Angeles Chargers. I just hope you can get some fans in the stands.
Yeah, don't let that. I mean, I knew it was coming, but damn. Yeah. You need to have a lot of fans in the stands. Here's the thing, though, about L.A. L.A. is a title town USA. By God, they get behind a winner. And give it enough time. The uniforms, the stadium, L.A. will come around. Oh, yeah. I know it's been a long, tedious process, but give it time.
I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sportsocracy so you get all of our team-by-team content throughout the season. And also join us every weekday morning at 10 a.m. right here in the Wicked Weed studio. We'll see you next time.